as they mobilize. We have more cops with plastic cuffs coming from the right.
Welcome to the live stream, BLR.
I'm way out in front of the street now.
We are in New York City.
Hopefully I don't get grabbed up
what
here.
Went down last night with Alex Pacer.
Done it. Probably would be a good move.
Please be sure
Bikers
to go
close
over
it up.
and
All right, I'm gonna
subscribe
close
to
it up with
Alex's
the bikers.
channel. He's deep in the
Let's see how
streets
this
of
turns
New York
out.
City all the time with these protests. You don't want to miss it. Don't be asleep on Alex Chaser, guys. Hit him up.
All right.
Thanks for your love and
Traffic
support.
is now paused at the
Feel
light.
free to engage
Police
in
look like
chat.
they're going to be moving in. We have
And also, drop a comment below
stops in the
after
road.
the stream.
On the LRAD, some people to get into the sidewalk, they will be subject to arrest. Yeah, we can get the march moving. That'll be a good idea. Let's get moving with the march. Now watch your back, watch your back. All right. Everyone's now backing up onto the sidewalk. All right, everyone's now backed up onto the sidewalk. Excuse me. Let me get up. All right. I don't have any room to get up in front because I ran like a bitch.
This is the New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully in the roadway and obstructing vehicular traffic.
Everyone is now on the sidewalk. Police remain on the LRAD.
So voluntarily, no charges will be placed against you. If you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize the sidewalk.
Now police are blocking the street. What a joke. Yeah, they are.
This is the New York City Police
All right. Let me try to get my bike in the front. Yo, get behind my bike. Get behind my bike.
No charges will be placed against you.
Arrest Alex. Alex is on the sidewalk for reference. Using the bike to block off. Fine disorder. All right, setting my bike down here so people don't trip and fall over it. Getting dragged along by the fence. Oh, police are now backing up. No arrest made. Steal his bike. No, don't steal that bike. Love my bike. Alright, protesters are now in the street yelling at the cops to move back. Alright, we're now facing off with NYPD in the roadway.
Everybody fall out. Take out your phone, the cameras, fall out.
Interesting developments. Yep, highly interesting developments. March.
The march is moving.
Organizers are directing people that the march is moving.
The march is moving this way. The march is moving.
Bikes drop. Bikes there. Oh, back on the sidewalk. All right, we've been rushed back by the cops, back onto the sidewalk. It looks like people are fighting with the cops in the street. Arrests have been made. Yeah, at least a few arrests have been made in there. All right. Police have arrested multiple people. Police are still walling people off back at City Hall Park right here.
Got the fucking New York police cameras.
NYPD took the time to for absolutely no reason. No reason.
All right, so police have moved in with a violent response, making multiple arrests. Most of the protesters remain on the sidewalk at City Hall Park with, I see at least 4 or so arrests, maybe more. I'm going to try to do my best to stay as close as I could. The LRAD message continues. Police made the situation worse. That they did. All right, we got another arrest being made over here. People are trying hard to not get arrested. We got like 15 cops arresting one girl. And we got more. Watch your back! We got more cops rolling in from the side here, walling off the traffic. What is the charge? It's usually like disorderly conduct. Sometimes they'll get a resisting arrest. Usually very minor charges that tend to get dropped pretty quick. Most of the people get released the next day, but it's different in different cases. But there definitely have been more serious charges in certain cases. Yeah, blocking the roadway, disorderly conduct. Those are like the main 2. Resisting arrest would probably be the third one. We got another 3, 4 arrests being made here. We got legal observers across the street taking notes. I'm going to try to get over there without getting grabbed up. For no reason. Well, technically, legally speaking, it's not for no reason. It's for disorderly conduct, blocking a roadway, things like that. But in human terms, they are little bullshit charges. We had, I think, at least 8 or 9 arrests being made. Protesters are now being loaded into the police van. We have legal observers taking notes of the protesters' names. Cops giving me a little stink eye, so I'm going to stay back on the sidewalk. All right. Most of the march is still here in City Hall Park across the street. Police have made a wall around the vehicle that will be taking people to jail.
My father served in the U.S. military, and when they buried him, they brought flags. Stop touching me, God ain't shit. God did you this like you let you go. It's not your job. Oh, yeah. What? See that again? Say it. Say it. It's not your job. It's not your job to touch people. You know. You don't touch people. When somebody touches you, that's fucking assault. Yeah, but guess what? It's not about you, it's about assault. It's about assault. Guess what? Just because you're an officer, don't refuse to die. God ain't sent you, sir, black man. God is Jesus Christ. You're not listening. Jesus Christ ain't sent you here for shit.
We have people fighting as they're entering the police vehicle. These are roughing people up as they push them into the police vehicle. Now we got more cops entering behind. Most of the people on this side of the street are legal observers and photographers taking pictures. The rest of the march remains over there behind the barrier at City Hall Park, still being walled off by the police. Everyone now has their phones out recording.
You know why? Because you don't know. As an officer, we have rights. And because it's like this, and by the way, don't come out here policing.
And we have another arrest being made here.
Fucking nonsense. What's the premise?
Counted, we're probably in the double digits with arrests at this point. At least 10. We're close to that.
As long as you were fucking dead. You dead.
Protesters are making fun of the cops as they're being taken into the jail vehicle. Not easily deterred by the situation. Right. And we have another protester being arrested, being carried out by 4 cops. They just dropped her on the floor like fucking property. Police are now taking a few steps closer to the legal observers and camera people. We might have close to 20 arrests at this point. I've lost count. Difficult to see in the scramble. The legal observers take the names and the birthdays of the protesters for their records and step away with the camera for that. Protesters are yelling at the cops to put a mask on. Many of the cops, in fact, do not have their masks on. Sidewalk. Well, we're in the street right now for the most part, but this is all mostly media people and legal observers with the green hats. So the police are not moving aggressively towards them. The rest of the march is still there. They're still pulling people out of the main march and arresting them. They just pulled out another two. They just grabbed another two from the main protest across the street at City Hall Park. I don't know why they're grabbing more people at the park. All right, I'm going to make my way towards the main part of the march in the park. See why the hell they're grabbing people up from here as they're on the sidewalk. Because they just grabbed up like another 10 people from the park over here. And again, we are on the sidewalk in the park. Police walk right by me. Not really subject to arrest because I'm on the sidewalk in the park. Right, the LRAD is on. They're telling people to get on the sidewalk or they'll be arrested. All protesters are in the park, which is well on the sidewalk.
You will be placed under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate and accompany the arresting officer to the prisoner transport vehicle, or if you refuse,
What are you grabbing people for? Everyone's on the sidewalk. Protesters are walking the police down as they exit the sidewalk. They grabbed up at least another 10 people over here while I was across the street filming the arrest. We're all on the fucking sidewalk. Every person is on the sidewalk. Protesters are continuing to walk the police down as they exit the park back into the streets. Is that Big Mike? No. Imagine Big Mike is out of the crowd at the top. I'll do my best to stay as close as I can and keep filming. No one's on the roadway. Police are moving in again. We're all on the sidewalk, not a single person on the roadway. Oh, wire. Once the cops make one arrest, they tend to try to make as many as they can afterwards, whether people remain on the sidewalk or on the road. Once they make one or two arrests, they try to make as many as they can and just get the protest broken up. That's generally how it goes. LRAD is still on, telling people to get off the street. Meanwhile, no one is on the street. Not a single person. Police are doing too much. They're on the sidewalk. Yeah. Everyone here is well within the fucking sidewalk. Not a single person on the street. But again, once they make arrests, they try to make as many as they could. Stop this riot now. Well, tell the cops to stop the rioting. The riot will stop. We were all peaceful before the arrests were made. None of the protesters are rioting at all.
Count up the lights, PLR family. As the protesters continue to stand off against NYPD. Again, for those of you just
Pushing the cops back into the
this
street.
went down last night.
To the other side of the street.
Where is the media coverage?
A few brave protesters are back in the street now, squaring off with the cops. One of the cops briefly took off his corona mask and said something to the protester. The protester says he told him, "Hey, I want you," meaning come fight me. But I didn't hear, can't confirm or deny. Small crowd. It was bigger before. It's still pretty big. It's spread out everywhere as people are being dragged off and arrested. Not sure how many people have left at this point. We have part of the protest here. We have some more bikes there, some more protesters here, more protesters here, more across the street. Everything is scattered all over the place at this point as the cops do their best to break the protest up as Bike Man passes, doing his tricks. The LRAD is still on over here. Again, everyone is not even close to the street, well within the sidewalk. March was entirely peaceful before the arrests were made.
Since you have refused to leave, you will be placed under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate, may be charged with additional crimes. Since you have refused to leave, you will be placed under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate,
protesters are continuing to chant, not easily deterred by the heavy police presence and response. Alex, you should charge the street. Yeah, that's what I should do. Great idea. Not really. They're more passionate now than they were at the beginning of the march.
Under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate and accompany the arresting officer to the prisoner transport vehicle, or if you resist arrest, you may be charged with additional crimes. Since you have refused to leave the roadway, you will be placed under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate and accompany the arresting officer to the prisoner transport vehicle, or if you resist arrest, you may be charged with additional crimes. Since you have refused to leave the roadway, you will be placed under arrest on the charge of disorderly conduct. If you do not cooperate and accompany the arresting officer to the prisoner transport vehicle,
I'm gonna make my way across the street where people are being brought into the arrest vehicle.
Push the head so we might as well fight, right?
We're here, bro. We're here.
We got more protesters squaring off with the cops here as arrests are made in the street across from City Hall Park. Police are urging people to step onto the sidewalk. Protesters ignoring their bullshit demands. Protesters responding to the police with, quote, "Shut the fuck up, you coon ass hoe," when told to get on the sidewalk. In my humble opinion, a very proper response.
Alex Chaser, deep in the streets of New York, guys. Be sure to sub to his channel and show him some support.
Protests remain scattered all over the place near the City Hall Park area as people are brought into the police vehicle to be arrested.
I'd like, anyhow, I know, like, the next time this is that moment, just maybe I wouldn't. Just not even doing nothing but Got your hands out. Keep fucking driving! You shut the fuck up! Get the fuck out the car!
All right, we got somebody driving by in their car. Not so supportive of the protest.
You got a car!
What? That was there?
No, I'm saying
Yelling something at the protesters.
The white civilian in the fucking car.
There's still a group of people in the park. Let's get in the door.
There are still a group of people in the park. Organizers are attempting to regroup the protesters in the park as best as they could.
Our march is gonna start.
My bad. Biased reporting. Yeah, probably. And police are retreating to the other side of the street. Arrests are still being made over here. I counted close to 20 people arrested. I'm going to make my way closer to the arrest being made. And they've had to bring a second police vehicle to finish up all the arrests. This is one of our bigger days in terms of the number of arrests made in recent months. How that
Everything you do.
What street is this? This is City Hall Park, Chambers and Center Street in Manhattan, right next to the Brooklyn Bridge. What are they protesting? We're having a Black Lives Matter march in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. More cops are moving in. BLM again. Yeah, it was a BLM march. Police vehicles are now leaving with the arrested protesters as protesters scream, "Let them out."
Can you see the van number from your height?
And I see the van number. Van number is 1970. For whoever just asked. The van number is 1970. Whoever just asked me. Protesters are now in the street, squaring off with the wall of cops. Police are possibly mobilizing to make more arrests. Police are pushing the protesters back off the street now, screaming, "Move back." All right, and it looks like a few more arrests are being made. All right, we have at least one arrest being made in that scramble. 2 arrests being made in that scramble.
Who do you serve?
The LRAD is on again.
Who do you serve? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? Who do you serve? Who do you serve?
How many arrests do you think were made? Probably close to a couple of dozen at this point. Over 20. police have walled off the sidewalk again as they take away the arrested protesters. Protesters have one of the police have one of the arrested on the floor with his shoes falling off as they carry him into the vehicle. All right, we got more cops moving in, continuing to push people back. We are all on the sidewalk at this point. All right.
Don't get pushed into the sidewalk.
And we got a very heavy response from the police, aggressively pushing people down the road, chasing people down the road. People are running away into City Hall Park. NYPD look like they're grabbing more people. The scene is very chaotic at this point. We're pretty much trapped between a wall of cops on the sidewalk, more cops on the street. We have nowhere to run. Protest is split again into multiple groups. One group here, another group here. They've left us some small room to exit now. We have some room to exit here. Police are legally obliged to leave room for the protesters to exit if they wish.
That's not a baseball game. If you're on this side, I need you to move with us. If you're on this side, I need you to move with us. Move back. Everybody go, everybody go.
You're not black people are shouting.
Protesters continue to square off with the cops. Many have left at this point. Many more protesters down this lane at the other side of the park, walled off by the police. Twerking. She was twerking. Again, the people here are not deterred so easily. Many in these crowds have been arrested at least once at this point. People are not so scared of the cops at this point. Protesters are yelling at the police to move back as they step back into the street. Police are now retreating into the street after their most recent scramble and series of arrests made. At any moment, the cops can just start attacking and arrest people. Yep, pretty much. Once they make one or two arrests for the night, they try as hard as they can to get the protest broken up by any means they could. Usually more arrests are made from that point. All right, protesters are continuing to chase people down the street again. Not bad. All right. Police are chasing people out of the park. The scene is beyond chaotic at this point. The police keep retreating momentarily and then rushing in again, making arrests, retreating. Same pattern for the past hour plus. Organizers are trying to get the rest of the protesters to disperse.
Let's go, y'all. On to the sidewalk. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The LRAD is still on. Police have momentarily retreated into the street. Drummer remains in good spirits. Another arrest being made. Is that a legal observer they're fucking arresting? It might just be a green helmet. They generally don't grab the legal observers.
Now, BLR family, the ones that wear the green helmets are the legal helpers, and they help get Antifa and BLM out of jail. And everyone knows.
Police again retreating for the moment. Alright, we got police rushing after a few that are in the street. Police are responding aggressive as shit at this point, chasing people down the block as they run away. Don't know if they caught anyone in that scramble as people ran down the block. No, I don't see anyone in that crowd of cops. Police are now they're grabbing up someone again, making more arrests. Putting my bike somewhere safe. Protesters remain squared off with the police as they are pushed back onto the sidewalk. The LRAD is on again. Police are threatening to make even more arrests. We might have close to 30 arrests at this point. Police are just grabbing people up as they wish. They're taking away a few handcuffs. There remains a small crowd of protesters, probably less than 40 or 50 people at this point. Yelling at the cops to turn the LRAD, quote, the fuck off. Nobody cares.
Now, for those of you that do not know what the LRAD is, that is the police on loud microphone giving the warnings to disperse.
Nothing calls me to get on top of.
Before they launch.
We got one more being taken out in cuffs here.
Control on the crowd.
What happened? You actually want to go do?
Protesters are scattered all over City Hall Park.
Tell him to come. Tell him to come. Tell him to come.
Every time the police rush in and make arrests, the protesters yell at them to move back as they retreat back into the street.
No. Goodbye.
Organizers are still trying to get the march to get moving.
No!
Many of the protesters are retreating out of the park. Some remain here at the corner while the cops put people in the vehicles to be arrested. What is this? Is that Hishy Tischler? I believe that's Hishy Tischler. That's how you say his name. People are continuing to march down the block, chanting Black Lives Matter. Some remain at the corner as arrests are being made. Okay. Yeah, this dude. I don't know if you've seen him on the internet. It's quite a figure in the New York City area. Made his way on over.
Black lives matter. Black lives really do matter. That's what I think. What do you think, BLR family? Drop a comment below. One love.